You've tried to change before, haven't you? You've promised yourself that this time will be different. You said you'd wake up earlier, eat better, save more, work harder. And for a few days, maybe even weeks, you did. But then something happened. You got tired, busy, distracted. Life pulled you back into your old patterns. And before you knew it, you were right where you started. Frustrated, disappointed, wondering why you keep failing. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're weak. It's because you've been chasing the wrong thing. You've been chasing motivation instead of building momentum. Motivation is a spark. It gets you started. But momentum is the engine that keeps you going. When the excitement disappears, every time you fail, it's because you stopped building momentum and started waiting for motivation to come back. But motivation never returns to the people who wait. It only visits those who move. Think about it. How many times have you waited to feel ready? You tell yourself you'll start the project when inspiration strikes, go to the gym when you're in the mood, or study when you feel focused. But the truth is, you'll never feel ready. Readiness isn't something you wait for. It's something you create. Winners don't act because they're motivated. They're motivated because they act. They've learned the one habit that changes everything. Showing up no matter what. That's the habit that fixes everything. Showing up. When it's boring. When it's hard. When it feels like nothing's working. That simple choice to just do the thing, again and again, is the foundation of every success story you've ever heard. Because the truth is, consistency beats intensity every time. Doing something small every day will always outlast doing something big once in a while. The people who succeed aren't more talented. They're more consistent. They understand that effort compounds. Each repetition, each practice, each tiny bit of progress adds up. And while others are trapped in the cycle of start, quit, they're slowly building something permanent. That's why success seems slow. It's built one invisible day at a time. Failure, on the other hand, doesn't happen overnight either. It happens quietly. One skipped task. One "I'll do it later." One broken promise to yourself. And suddenly, you're months behind. That's why the habit of showing up matters so much. It keeps the door open for progress, even when motivation walks out. You don't fail because you can't do it. You fail because you stop doing it. The single biggest difference between where you are and where you want to be is the number of times you kept going after it stopped feeling fun. Winners get tired too. They doubt themselves too, but they've made peace with discomfort. They don't ask, "Do I feel like it?" They ask, "What needs to be done?" The truth is, you don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to feel inspired every day. You just need one rule: never skip twice. Miss a day, fine. Life happens. But don't miss two. The second skip is where failure grows roots. The second skip is where habits die. The second skip is when you start convincing yourself it doesn't matter. But it does. Because every time you skip, you're not just losing time. You're losing trust with yourself. That's what failure really is. Broken self-trust. You stop believing your own words. You say you'll change, but deep down, you know you won't. That's why every new goal feels heavier. You're dragging the weight of past promises you didn't keep. So, the fix isn't another system or secret method. The fix is rebuilding your self-trust, one action at a time. And the way you do that is by keeping your smallest promises. Start tiny. Do one push-up. Write one paragraph. Save $1. Read one page. The size doesn't matter. The repetition does. Each time you follow through, you teach your brain that you can be counted on. That's how confidence is built. Not from motivation, but from evidence. You stop waiting to believe in yourself and start proving it. You want to know why the same people keep winning? It's not luck. It's because they've mastered the boring parts. They don't need excitement to keep going. They don't negotiate with their emotions. They show up even when it sucks because they know that's where character grows. And the funny thing is, once you start showing up consistently, motivation starts chasing you. The more you act, the more energy you feel. The more you wait, the more drained you become. You don't need to overhaul your life in a day. You just need to stop quitting every time it's hard. Because every restart costs momentum. Every restart makes it harder to believe that this time will be different. The solution is simple. Don't restart. Just keep going. Even if it's messy, even if it's imperfect, even if it's slow, you're not building perfection. You're building persistence. When you look at your future, ask yourself one question. What would happen if I just stopped stopping? Imagine where you'd be if you hadn't quit all those times before. The skills you'd have, the body you'd build, the confidence you'd feel. All of that was possible, and still is, if you start showing up again today. The truth is, failure isn't final until you accept it. You can always start over, but the smartest thing you can do is stop having to start over. Let go of the fantasy of perfect conditions. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop looking for motivation to save you, because the only thing that saves you, the only thing that fixes failure, is discipline built through repetition. So if you're tired of failing, stop overthinking. Just start moving. Do something, anything, that aligns with your goals. Action creates clarity. Clarity builds belief. Belief sustains action. That's the loop winners live in. That's how they turn ordinary days into extraordinary results. You've failed before because you quit when progress was invisible. Don't make that mistake again. The work you do today won't always give you instant results, but it will always give you momentum. And momentum, once it's built, becomes unstoppable. So, show up today. Even if you're tired, even if you're unmotivated, even if no one notices. Because the day you least feel like showing up is the day it matters most. That's the day you prove to yourself that this time is different. That's the day you stop failing and start becoming who you were meant to be. The single habit that fixes failure isn't dramatic. It's not glamorous. It's not something you can post online. It's just showing up again and again and again until you forget what quitting feels like. Because the truth is simple. Success is never built in one big moment. It's built in the thousands of small moments when you kept going. So stop waiting. Stop restarting. Just show up. That's the habit that fixes everything.